Video will show you how to remove the rear mirror from the Tesla Cybertruck. So this is in preparation for a new live feed rear camera that will be able to be installed here, and you will have live feed 24/7 even when your tonneau cover is closed. So to remove this is fairly easy. There's a small clip visible to the naked eye on the bottom where this actual arm is, and you want to grab a flathead screwdriver and place it inside, tilt it towards the back, and this will pop right open. So you can see there, you just want to pry it open a little bit and it will just pop right open, and there you have it. So it is a small plastic clip, and this is what covers the Torque 20 screw underneath this arm. So if you look closely, there is a Torque 20 screw right behind the arm there that's holding this rear mirror. See that silver screw? So you want to get a Torque screwdriver, T20, and loosen that up all the way until it's ready to come off. Make sure you don't fully unscrew it without holding the mirror, because it will eventually drop out depending on how closely it is aligned with the trim. So here, once the screw is removed, you can remove this rear mirror, and Tesla designed it so you actually don't really need this, because most of the time you're driving around with your tonneau cover closed unless you're hauling something around. But if you're hauling something around, you won't be able to see through the rear window anyways. So you place this aside, and there's actually a cover that can close up this opening where the Torque 20 screw was originally at. After you remove the mirror, go ahead and open up these visor, slightly open, move it to the side. And this one, you want to grab it where the actual magnet is at. Pull this down and then just let it hang. This one here, you want to pry it from the front. And with the Cybertruck, the clips is very easy to remove, so don't worry about breaking anything. These are just clips. And just let this hang. And the plug you want to get to is this one here. You want to remove that and actually use the harness that is provided, the U-loop harness. And this connects to the camera itself. You want to unplug that and then just run it, piggyback it through this one. Once you unplug that, go ahead and use the harness that is provided. Plug the small one into the bigger one, so black to white and black just to like white. That. Once you have all the wires cleaned up, this is the power wire to the camera itself, or to the live rear camera. Live rear mirror with camera. Okay, so this is the mounting bracket. Unscrew this hex screw. And here's the mounting bracket. You need to install this. So this actually it has a cutout for the plastic cover, so it faces down like this. And put this hex screw back in. Go ahead, fish this wire through. Not really fishing it through, but you're gonna run it through here. If you have a helper, that'd be ideal. So once you have the cover back on, give it a little slack here, and this is where the 2 camera wires you're gonna be running out on the other side. Go ahead and push this in and screw this up. This screw to hold this up, the mount is okay. Okay, so once you have this mounted, go ahead and run the wire along the crease here. And this is enough slack for you to be able to hide it under here. So then you'll be running the rear camera wire along this trim here and then out. And then once you run it along here, run it across the actual headliner. And there's huge gaps on the top there that you can lay it over. And you run it across the top here. You can pop this headliner out and you can run the wire behind it. And you can see a little slack here. You can open up this trim and then run it along this weather stripping. And you run it along the top here. Use a pry tool, run it down here, along the creases, all the way down, over. And you can take this panel off. So you take this off and you tuck it in behind, and you shove it back in. Run it along the bottom here, across here, and over this plastic trim here. If you open up the tow hitch cover, there's 3 screws, turn it counterclockwise, and you can actually run the wire through here and then hide the camera right either on your actual tow hitch itself, or in this case, I just leave it underneath this cover. And that's how it looks like after installation. Now you can put this placement anywhere. It doesn't have to be right below the cover here. You can actually put it underneath the tow hook, which I find most optimal. But you can also place it next to the license plate. So you can place it right here. Also works really well. But down here is more center. The reason why I place it there is because when you put the tailgate down, so when you pop this down, you still have visibility, especially when you're holding long cargo, more than 6 foot. This usually sits down, and then your rear camera, this camera right here, is useless. It points straight to the ground. So once it's installed, this is how it looks like. Very clean. It does come with a front camera. This acts as a dash cam, so you can record from the front and the rear, in addition to your Sentry mode. So it has a micro SD right here that you can insert, and you can format it however you like. So it's a micro SD. So let me show you how the dash cam works, and this is what we see in real time. And this, again, it acts as a mirror when you turn this off. So this is actually a mirror. When you have your tonneau cover down, you just want to use a mirror. But this is the best thing right here. So you go back to playback, and you go back to, you have front and rear. So let's take a look at the rear. That's the rear. Zoom this up a little bit. You can actually see the license plate, and you can actually hear the audio too. You can turn off the mic if you want to, but this is as clear as you can get. It's actually clearer than the Tesla OEM camera. So let's go to the front. The front camera, this is 1080p versus the rear camera is almost 4K. So 1080p is good enough to still read license plate. You have a wide angle. Zoom back at here. But it's nice that it's built in, so you don't have clutter with any wires. It's just the camera back there. You don't have to install that if you don't want to. But the dual view is just amazing. And then you have emergency auto record and so forth. So very cool. Here's the back. That's just the wall right now. And then if you want to go to the front, you can go to the front camera right there. A cool feature with this thing is you swipe to the right, you can have both front and rear. And then you can also adjust. So let's say you mount it too high or low, it's pointing too high or low. It is manual adjustable. You can rotate it up and down, but you can also rotate it up and down on the actual display itself, like that. That's very cool. And you can actually, I think you can zoom, no. You can go up and down for both the front and rear camera. Very clear, actually. Almost as clear as 4K, if not believe this is 4K. And this also acts as a dash cam. So front and rear dash cam. Here's the front, here's the rear. You can see it's recording. You can take photo. It also records audio and it records picture. So I'm in FSD right now. So it's pretty cool. Definitely check it out. Best thing for the Cybertruck you can get right now.